Good morning, class. My name is Mr. Colazzo. Today's lesson is converting base 3 to base 10. First, we'll be going over some vocabulary that will be used in the lesson. You're going to want to write these down in your notebook. The first term we're going over is base 10. This is the base system we use in everyday life to count things. It has 10 digits from 0 to 9. So you're going to write these in your notebook, 0 to 9. Each number. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So each number as the base 10. The next term is base 3. This is a different base system. It has only 3 digits from 0 to 2. It has a notation that looks like this. 0, 1, 2. So when you see a problem with base 3, like 201, base 3, it's going to be written like this. 201 with base 3. Next, we're going to learn about base raised to a power. We need to use a math symbol that we aren't familiar with yet. It is called a power or an exponent, and it works like this. So say we're using base 3, it's 3. So you have the number 3 raised to the power of 2. We can see that 3 is the big number and 2 is the small number, which is the power. So you would write it like this. You would write it out as 3 times 3. You write down the big number as many times as the power is, as many powers there are. So if there's 3 to the third power, you would write 3 times 3 times 3. Since there's only 2 right now, it's 3 times 3. And then you multiply that. And 3 times 3 will give you 9. The next term we're going to be using is the conversion table, which looks like this. We'll be using this table to do our calculations. The first row is your base power. The second row is your place value. So you're going to put your base and then the powers on top, and then the place value will be of those. The third row is the digits. That's going to be the digits of the problem that you are solving. So like right here it was 201 to the base power of 3. So right here we would have put 201. And then the place value times the digits, which will be row 2 times row 3, will go in row 4. Next we will go over the math steps that will tell you how to do each problem step by step while I work on some of the examples for you. Then I will hand out a worksheet for you to do some on your own. Raise your hand if you have any questions along the way. Okay, the math steps. There's 6 math steps. The first math step, you're going to write powers on each of the 3's, numbering them backwards. So like right here, these are the 3's, so it would be 0, 1, 2 on top for the powers. Second, we're going to calculate the value of each power or exponent and write it underneath in row 2. So that's where we would write it, the place value in row 2. Calculate the powers, write them in row 2. Third step, write down the digits from the problem underneath in row 3. So, like the 201, we would write that in row 3. The fourth step, multiply the numbers in rows 2 and 3. So in rows 2 and 3, you're going to multiply them and write them in row 4. The fifth step, you're going to add up all the numbers in the bottom row. So add all three of them up, and that is your answer. So the sixth step is write the answer in the answer space. So let's go over some of the example problems. So we have the first problem. 201 to the third power. 201 to the third power. So in the first step, we write 0 to 2 as the powers in the top row. And we're writing them backwards. So it's 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, so now we'll go to step 2. Now we calculate the values. 3 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the 1 power is 3. And 3 to the second power is 9. So we have 9, 3, 1. The third step, we write in the digits from the problem. The problem, 201 to the third power. So we'll write 2, 0, 1. The fourth step, now we multiply the numbers in the second and third rows. So 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 0 is 0. 9 times 2 is 18. Step 5, we add up the numbers. 18 plus 0 plus 1 equals 19. Step 6, we write this number in the number box. So the solution equals 19. If you have any questions, please raise your hand and just let me know. The second problem, 321 to the third power. We have it written here. So remember, our first step is to write the powers on top. 0, 1, 2. Again, 3 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the first power is 3. And 3 to the second power is 9. Then we're going to write the numbers, writing the digits. 321. Now, we'll multiply the second and the third row. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 2 is 6. And 9 times 3 is 27. The fifth step. Do you know? That is correct. Add them up. (27) plus 6 plus 1 equals 34. So the solution is 34. 321 base power of 3 equals 34. And we'll do one more example. 222 to the third power. So again, the first step is to write the powers on top, backwards. 0, 1, 2. Next, we calculate the place values. 3 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the 1 power is 3. 3 to the second power is 9. Next, we'll write in the digits to the problem, which is 222. Then we'll multiply the second row times the third row. 1 times 2 is 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And 9 times 2 is 18. The fifth step is to add them up. 18 plus 6 plus 2 equals 26. So the solution equals 26. Are there any questions so far? Okay, it seems like y'all are all getting the hang of it. That's good. Now we will work on some practice problems. Get into your groups and work on this for about 15 minutes while I walk around and check your work. Here you go. I need 2 volunteers to help me pass these out. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, now work on the practice problems, please. Now we will check the answers to the practice problems. I need 3 volunteers to come put these on the board, please. Alright, thank you. Alright, Jimmy, you did the first one. It was 133 to the third power. You wrote in the powers on top, 3 to the 0, 3 to the 1, 3 to the second power. That's correct. In the second row, 3 to the 0 power is 1, 3 to the 1 power is 3, and 3 to the second power is 9. So you have 931. Then he wrote in the digits to the problem, which was 133, and he multiplied the second times the third row, which gave him 9 times 1 is 9, 3 times 3 is 9, and 1 times 3 is 3. He then added them up. 9 plus 9 plus 3 equals 21, and he wrote out the solution to the problem on the right hand side. 133 to the base power of 3 equals 21. Good job, Jimmy. Okay, Sarah, you did problem number 2. Let's see. 323 to the base power of 3. Okay, she wrote out her powers on top. She calculated row 1 into row 2, which is 931. 3 to the second power is 9. 3 to the 1 is 3. 3 to the 0 power is 1. Good job. Then she wrote her digits in the third row, 323. And she multiplied the second times the third row. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And 9 times 3 is 27. She then added them up. 27 plus 6 plus 3 equals 36, and she wrote her solution out to the right side. 323 to the base power of 3 equals 36. Good job, Sarah. Alright, and little Stephanie. Let's see what you did. 230 to the base power of 3. Okay, she wrote her powers backwards. 3 to the 0, 3 to the 1, and 3 to the 3. Or 3 to the 2. Sorry. 3 to the 0 power is 1. 3 to the 1 power is 3. And then 3 to the second power is 9. She then multiplied her second and third. Or then she wrote her digits into the third row, 230, correct, and then multiplied the second row times the third row. 1 times 0 is 0, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. Then she added them up. 18 plus 9 plus 0 equals 27. And she wrote her answer out to the right-hand side. 230 to the third power equals 27. That is correct. Good job, Stephanie. All right, thank you all for y'all's help, Jimmy, Sarah, and Stephanie. Are there any other questions? So today, we learned how to change base 3 into base 10.